Good morning. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another edition of the Morning Breeze, man. Always rocking with you guys, as always, man. Outside of me, I got my guy, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building.
All right, listen.
You got it.
Everybody breathe.
The best show for Chicago.
I know we're late. I got a lot of jobs, and some of them go very late in the night, and I'm tired. But I didn't want nobody in here talking about, oh, the Packers beat the Bears, and then they didn't show up. You shut your mouth.
We're still here for you, people. We're still here.
Breeze Nation, what is good? It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love to another edition of the Morning Breeze. Listen, we got one topic. I reacted to this Bears-Packers loss. This was a game that I thought had a lot of different ups and downs. A lot of different moments that really speak to how far this Bears team has come and also how far they still have to go. We got to talk about all that and more on today's episode of the Morning Breeze. And Bears fans, hold your head up, because today's 12/8/2025, 7:49 in the morning. And it's not a bad day. The sun will rise.
Oh, we will.
4 games left. We got 4 games left.
We will recover.
We got 4 games left. We'll
Absolutely.
be all right. Joshua Gatton said, I'm so mad I called in at work.
Jesus, is that bad?
Josh, don't give up the bag, brother. Don't give up the bag, Josh.
Yeah, the day off money is like, all right, I'll take a piece.
Oh, God. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push a button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Jordan JC, a long night for me. Listen, when you got to talk about a game where the Bears lose to the Packers 3 hours after the Bears lose to the Packers, I'm living a dream, but some days it's a nightmare. But no, honestly, I feel like I left yesterday's game. One, not with the despair. I think Matt Eberflus bathed us in like the blood of lambs for losses. Like literally, I was like, oh yeah, competitive loss at the end, had a chance to win it. I'm not that bad. I'm not that upset. But what I will say is this: to me, I thought that there were very fundamental things that can be fixed that change this game. First half, poor first half. Did not get off to a good start. Caleb Williams said as much. Was not a good first half. You storm back in the second. You tie the football game up twice. You are playing the brand of football that you want to play. Now, you got to figure out how to get there for 4 quarters, but you are playing the brand of football that you want to play. Comes down to a last minute play that some people are saying he should have run the football. Some people are saying, I don't like the fact that Caleb didn't try to run for the first down. Here's been my big thing on all of this. Number 1, DeAndre Swift is the first option on that read. Number 2, Cole Kmet is the second option on that read. He's open. Throw a better ball. Caleb said, throw a better ball. And I talked with a couple of quarterbacks yesterday who work for the station and who are, have played the position. And listen, as much as we want to say difficult throw, I had one guy, he said, if you can't make that throw, you shouldn't be in the NFL. And we've seen Caleb make that throw, right? So we just saw him make that throw last week. So, just got to give him a better ball. As far as the DJ Moore aspect of it, DJ Moore's not open by the time DJ Moore's open. Caleb is already turning his hips to throw the ball to Cole.
Yeah, he wasn't looking at him.
That's been the dumbest argument I've seen out of all of this. Oh, DJ's upset. Yeah, he's upset. They just lost the game. You know what I mean? So, like, to me, I look at all of that and I say that was the play call there? Yeah, it was. Did Ben Johnson go for a kill shot? Yes, he did. And in the post-game presser said he was going for 2.
I was thinking that. Yeah.
He was going for the win. That's why he called the final plays the way he did. That's why he calls that kill shot play. That's why he's going for the win on 4th and 1. And you didn't win it. But the Packers gave you everything they had, and you gave them everything that you had at this point. And I thought Cole Kmet said it very well. They're a really good team, and we're a good team. It's a difference in a couple of plays, but that couple of plays, not tackling Josh Jacobs on 3rd and 1.
That hurt me.
But Jalen Johnson, I mean, like, you want to stick your face in there at all. I get it. You're back from injury, but like tackling's kind of a part of the job. You're right there. You get them to jump and false start on the TJ Edwards move call. But Austin Booker also jumps. Small fundamental things change this game and give you an opportunity to win it. And on top of all of that, you still had a chance to win it. And you just fell a little bit short. That says a lot about how far you have come, especially in divisional games where, look back at our last divisional game versus the Detroit Lions. You shouldn't have been on that field.
Yeah.
So I am not depressed. As weird as it is to say, I'm upset with the loss, but I'm not sitting here going, woe is me, I don't know what the future is going to be.
I'm not depressed in the sense of, oh my goodness, this is the same old Bears. I didn't see any progress. This doesn't feel like an actual rivalry to me. It's still lopsided. No, I didn't come away feeling that way. But still, you still got to feel something that we just still got beat by the Packers.
Sad that we lost to the Packers, but I'm regular sad.
Packers, man.
I'm not despondent like I was last year when we didn't call timeout on Thanksgiving Day.
No, you don't feel disheveled. You don't feel, you don't feel that far gone that you think that they can't recover. Because, again, we have another chance in 2 weeks to kind of right our wrongs and possibly take back the North again. And so for me, even though you've lost control of your destiny in a sense, I know we talked about it in our post-game reaction on the show yesterday, and Drew had made a good point that I want to bring out is, are you happy with the moral victory or the fact that we still didn't get the victory? Obviously, you want to win, but there are a few things, as you mentioned, that you can take away as positives. It doesn't feel good at the end of the day to still say you lost, but I was very pleased that we were in it right till the last drop. I was very pleased at the adjustments that were made after the halftime because the first half, it was poor. And it seems like that has been the running theme with this team is that usually in the first quarter, whether it's the scripted plays that are on point, usually we get the scripted plays to kind of work and get in field goal range or in a position to score. We either do or we don't. This time it didn't work. We went 3 and out very quickly and gave up the ball immediately. And so that's where it kind of got off the rails. We didn't get the run game going immediately in the first half. I think it was kind of spotty, even though the offensive line to me did have certain moments where they dominated. They did a good job against a very, very good defensive line, a fast defensive line with Micah Parsons. And so I take away from this that you have a team that is growing and is ahead of schedule versus a team that technically is all in. Their window is now. Yeah. Green Bay is a either Super Bowl or bust team. You put in all this money to get Micah Parsons. You paid Jordan Love, and you got 2 players that I think are taking up half of your salary. And so this is your window. This is your time to dominate. So it wasn't surprising that they put up a fight as they did. They're a very good team. I can admit that. But we're also a team on the rise. And as you mentioned, if we can clean up a few things, we're right there. And so that's what makes me excited about the future. And that's also what makes me excited about this game in a couple of weeks is that perhaps, fine-tuning a few things, being back at home, having that advantage as well, can kind of push it back in our favor. And so we'll see how things work out.
Shout out to Bears Junkie. Said, I meant to give this to the crew last night for the great coverage, but I walked away pissed. And by the time I came back, the show was over.
I get it.
Listen, I get it. I get it 100%. You want to see more. And the one thing that I will say is this: I would bet you that team doesn't look at that final play and say that's what lost us the game. I would bet you that team looks at the entire first half.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did the thumbnail, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The first half was ugly.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of plays that I thought, play calling wise, I like. There was a lot of execution that I hate, starting with, somebody that you gave praise to, the offensive line. You know what I mean? Like the O-line, I thought was a little bit stunned or a little bit shocked by how quickly the Green Bay Packers were able to get after you. I thought that the run pass was very equal. It was very even. People were like, oh, well, you got to run the football more. No, you want an even play call. You want exactly what you got. You have to execute the play. The pass to DJ Moore, Olamide Zaccheaus doesn't get to his block quick enough. DJ Moore gets blown up immediately. You got to get there.
Yeah.
You got to be on time. And there's a lot of this that it is just small timing things that when you're looking on from the outside, you go, oh, well, that shouldn't mean nothing. You should be able to get the football there. No, offense is all about timing. Like, to me, honestly, I left that game going, if the small tweaks in the first half, the play to OZ, the end around to DJ Moore, hey, Jonah Jackson, you got to pull quicker. You have to be on time because that play doesn't work. You know how I know? Because it worked in the second half. There's a method to the madness with everything that Ben Johnson is doing and all those plays that we look at. And I was the same way. When he called that play, the end around to DJ Moore, or not the end around to DJ Moore, and DJ immediately gets blown up in the backfield. I'm like, what the heck is this? Like, that was a stupid play call. And then you see in the second half, off of that same play, DJ Moore runs across the face. What's old boy from the Packers' name? I can't think of his name. I think it was Nixon. Nixon ends up following him.
Keyshawn Nixon.
Keyshawn Nixon ends up following DJ across the line because he thinks that he's got the ball. They hand the ball off, or Caleb does that little pitch play.
That was nice.
And gets it into the hands of Swifty for a nice gain.
That was nice, yeah.
There's multiples off of every play that Ben Johnson is calling, and he's trying to put that in the face of the defense in the first half to set them up in the second half. Now, the good that I think that you got to see was a team that kind of put together the exact kind of game plan that you wanted versus Micah Parsons. You beat Micah Parsons up so bad he was too tired to be in the game by the end. And Micah said it. He was like, you get sick of all the holding and all the chipping and all of that. You like just play ball. Yeah, no, that's how we gonna play you because you're one of the best. And we're going to beat you up the entire game. Now, again, don't do this versus Myles Garrett. You run that football the other way. Run that football the other way, bro. Don't you run.
Miles is about 3 times the man Mike is.
Listen. Miles don't get tired.
Jesus, that's scary.
But I thought that you executed your game plan perfectly on how to beat Micah Parsons. I thought that you didn't do a good enough job with the physicality and the execution in that first half, and that's why you leave that first half with 77 yards. There's a lot to be excited about, though, because you had a game plan that actually worked to take out a really good pass rusher. And I think I said this last night on the show, JC. For the people who are upset and feel like the Bears didn't do enough and feel like, this was a letdown game and that you didn't execute well enough. And yet again, Caleb Williams doesn't make the pass that you need to see him make. The reason that for the people who are excited, why we're excited is because Ben Johnson feels like how y'all feel. Ben Johnson feels like they didn't do enough. They didn't execute well enough. Caleb didn't throw a good enough pass on that. He was probably, I'll tell you what, 3rd and 1, Ozzie Trapillo misses his block completely. You should have had a first down on that run. Like, there's, like, to me, those are the things that I look at and say, well, Ben Johnson is not happy with where we're at 9-4. And so I expect a lot of these small mistakes to get fixed. Remember the last time we needed something fixed, it was the pre-snap penalties. We heard we're going to do some unorthodox things to get that cleaned up. It really hasn't been a problem since then. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, there's just a few every now and then, but not like it was in the early
Not like
season.
it was. I mean, we were getting 9-10 a game.
Yeah.
So when he goes into that game, when he goes into that room and he's talking to the defense, he's talking to Caleb Williams, he's talking to this offense about cleaning things up. I have a faith that they're going to get cleaned up because he feels how the other half of Bears fandom feel that it wasn't good enough, that you should have been in a position to win that game. You were in a position to win that game and you didn't get the job done.
I think that's why you can say, and even I can agree, that today is not just doom and gloom, is that you look at all of the moments that we could have, maybe even put more points on the board or had the ability to do that in the first half. And you come away, hopeful that, and also actually confident that Ben Johnson and the staff and Caleb Williams will continue to grow and continue to get better. I agree that Ben Johnson did not have a great first half play calling. Caleb even also, I believe the first 4 or 5 throws, he was 0 for 5 or 0 for 6 to start the game. Yeah. And the throws that he had were just sailing over people's heads again to start the game. I understand that maybe there's a little bit of a warm-up period where you kind of got to get a lather and get comfortable, but that has kind of played Caleb as well, is that when to start the game, he's a little errant with his throws. He's not accurate. And then miraculously, you start to see him do those things in the second half where he was consistent. There were some beautiful throws. I believe there was one to Luther Burden, maybe 15 to 20 yards down the field, that was over the, a Green Bay defender who tried to jump in and defend the pass and threw it right to his numbers. And then Luther got a few yards after the catch. And so when you see those things, when you see that amazing throw where I thought he was just going to throw it out of bounds and get rid of the ball, him going to the out of bounds and throwing it kind of how he did last year to DeAndre Swift when I believe it was Cole Kmet that completed the pass. That was a very precise and accurate pass. And so when you see the special plays that Caleb has in his repertoire that he's able to do, that again gives you confidence that eventually this can be seen throughout the entire game. If he did what he did in the second half, in the first half, we'd be talking about a Bears win. We'd be talking about them maybe winning by 10 or 15 points if that was the case. And so we don't deny or disagree that the Bears as a whole play with effort the entire 60 minutes of the game. But it's the execution of the plays that has to be there the entire whole game. And so once we do that, again, I think that's where we'll start to ascend to the levels of, the Green Bays and the Buffaloes and the teams that are in a position to be quote unquote Super Bowl contenders.
And the one thing I do say, like 666 with the comment here, he said, now we have to hear the media glaze love all week. The Roaches come out saying bench 18, start 17, all because our bend and break defense is out here tackling like Eddie Jackson, bear down, but FGB. Listen, stop letting that dictate your mood after a game. And I think that's what happens. We go on Twitter or, you go on Instagram and you see the people that are doubting and that are hating and that have been waiting for a loss to happen. And you spend so much time arguing with them that you forget you were just on a 4-game win streak and you beat the Super Bowl champions in that. 5-game win streak and you beat the Super Bowl champions in that. You forget that you have 9 wins this season and are in second place in the NFC North in the first season of Ben Johnson. And this offense is one of the best offenses that we have ever seen in a Chicago Bears uniform. I mean, short of 85, legitimately, this is one of the best offenses we have ever seen, with room to grow, with things that need to be improved, with a lot of also without Roma Dunze in that game at all. Right? Like there's still a long way for you to develop. Oh, by the way, they're going to fix the defense. Your defense has been banged up all season. Do we think that they're not going to go out there and invest in the defense? Yeah. Do we think that they're not going to go out, that Dennis Allen is going to Matt Eberflus this thing and be like, we don't really need pass rushers. Like, I continue to say this. We weren't supposed to be here. Enjoy where we're at. That doesn't mean this is where we should be next season. But you have gone from a team that started 0-2, lost the game in similar fashion to what you lost last year, got the doors blown off of you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you came back from that and put yourself in a position to then go on a 9-game or 8-1 run, now an 8-2 run. Like, you should be very excited still as a Bears fan, and this should be a heads up moment that it looked like you belonged on the field with, as much as it pains me to say, I got to give them credit.
Get it out. Come on.
A darn good football team.
All right, sure.
There's no answer that to this game that makes me feel bad as a Bears fan. You lost to the Packers with the same old Bears. No, you're not. The same old Bears ain't 9-4.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like you're in a completely different space right now, and you're still improving. And you got 4 games left. I told you, sometimes a loss. You need a loss to refocus. Now, I didn't want a loss versus these ones because
no, I didn't want it now.
Like, give me a.
I'd rather take it against your door.
Give me a San Fran loss. You know what I mean? Right before the playoffs start. Nice little San Fran loss. I'm okay with that. Sure. Because we're sitting everybody, as JC said. No, but
we ain't doing that now.
Like, this is a refocusing game.
Mm-hmm.
How do you respond to it? You got the Browns next week. Browns are great defense. Not good defense, a great defense.
Mm-hmm.
How do you respond to it? How do you go out there as an offense and say, you know what? We got to get this first half issue fixed. That's on us.
One of the things I wanted to mention yesterday, we've had a lot of people in the chat. And of course, as I mentioned, doom and gloom, you got your people that are saying, oh, put in Tyson Bagent, or, oh, we should have kept Justin Fields. I don't know why these conversations keep happening. And it's like we have to move on from that. But specifically, I want to pinpoint a lot of people saying we possibly needed this to humble ourselves. I think there's a difference between needing to lose or dealing with the loss and having to kind of refocus and recalibrate versus it humbling us. Let me tell you something. We were not cocky or confident just because we got the number 1 seed. Ben Johnson said as much in the lead in the press conference that led up to it, or rather that was after the following win against the Eagles. He basically said, we have nothing that we've accomplished. We're not officially in the playoffs. We're going to continue to manage this thing and go 1-0 each and every week. We're focused on our next opponent. We're not going to celebrate something that hasn't happened yet. That's premature. And so for me, when I heard a lot of people say, even on the panel, say, well, you know, this humbles us because we were getting too confident. Even our resident Packers fans, shout out to Jay yesterday that came and visited us. He even said, oh, you all needed this because you all were just too on a high. Well, I think in perspective, you can celebrate being in a position where you're number 1, but also understanding that, hey, nobody expected us to be there. As you said, we're ahead of schedule. We're playing with fool's gold in a sense. Or rather, we're playing with house money at this point. And so for me, I do agree that there needs to now be a recalibration, a refocus, as we did when we were 0-2. We come off a loss and then we recovered and played really good football. I think we're going to do the exact same thing, especially with the rematch in a couple of weeks with Green Bay, but also following this game going into Cleveland. And so I do agree that you do need sometimes to refocus. It doesn't always have to come in a loss, but because we did lose, I think this will get everybody back on board.
Yeah, listen, you got a quarterback that's improving. You got a lot of bright spots that come from this game, and you got a couple of ugly ones that lead to a loss. Welcome to the real NFL, where when you compete with teams that are at the top, a couple of plays make the difference. There's 3 plays that make the difference in this game to me. Not tackling Josh Jacobs on 3rd and 1.
That was big. That was my biggest.
That's my biggest play.
Yeah.
That move call that gets Austin Booker to jump. If he stands still, they're going 5 yards back, and you had just stopped him. And of course, that final play of the game where, you know what, I'm gonna put less. I'll say 4 plays. The final play is important because Cole Kmet's wide open.
Say?
You gotta throw a better ball.
I got another one too.
You can't let Bo Melton get behind you.
Oh,
Bo Melton giving them 14 points before the half is incredibly massive.
yeah.
Like that one was like it, and it was just fundamental. On that play, KB's supposed to come up and sit in that zone. Jalen got to drop out. Jalen doesn't drop out. Bo Melton's wide open. And the Packers saw something. Go back and look at the touchdowns when you watch the tape. All 3 of the touchdowns are on 3-by-1. Every one of the touchdowns is a 3-by-1. The Packers saw something in your defense. Maybe it's because Kyler Gordon went out or whatever. I don't know. But the Packers saw something in your defense that they could exploit. Every single one of those touchdowns was on 3-by-1.
That was part of my fourth play as well. Is it seemed as if Dennis Allen called the wrong defensive formation at the wrong time. There was a slant. I believe that was the third, or it could have been the second touchdown where Christian Watson went across the field. I believe he was getting defended by CJ, and it was just an easy slant right to the house. And I'm like, what was the formation on that where you barely, I believe Kevin Byard was the free safety in the backfield, but I mean, you got this guy outrunning them as soon as he catches the ball on an easy 10-yard slant pass to the house. And for me, I didn't understand the loose coverage. I didn't understand that formation at that time. And it seemed as if they repeated that play a few times to get touchdowns. And so they just switched the look of it. And so that's where you got to kind of clean some things up. That's where I think we lost the game as well. Obviously, the missed tackles and not wrapping up Josh Jacobs on a 3rd and 1. That was the biggest one for me. But again, like you said, those small things can lead to a loss. The few things that you got to clean up in the details of the game can either win you the game or lose you the game. And so that's what happened with us today or yesterday.
Hey, listen, and this is a very easy week. Don't argue with people that don't know ball. Just start with a simple question. Do you think DJ Moore was open? Of course DJ Moore was open. You got to get on the football. Walk away. DJ Moore was open late. Like, I don't know. Like, I've called to so many people that are like, DJ's not even a factor in this play. Don't, Emmanuel Acho too. I saw him. Look at DJ Moore. You see here, it just Emmanuel Acho is just teeth and takes. Don't argue with people that don't know ball. Listen, I know he played in the league. I give him credit. He know a lot more ball than me.
Let me tell you something. Right here in this play, we got.
Emmanuel Acho is just teeth and takes, bro.
30,000 miles an hour.
He's sitting there breaking it down on the TV version. You see DJ Moore right here. Okay, all right, bro. You know what I mean? The read, every quarterback that I've talked to, the read is Swifty, who's completely covered up.
Yeah.
Cole, who's butt naked open.
It was the same play from the previous week.
It's different in certain. It's different in certain senses. Colston and Swifty are in different spots, or Colston and DJ are in different spots. Colston had to take a longer route around. DJ was able to just pop out and kind of slant, which drew the would have drawn Nixon underneath. Colston had to go a little bit further. And if you watch the end of the play, you actually see Colston running in very late, but it's because that could also be on Caleb. It's a timing thing though, because Colston doesn't get to the same spot where DJ was at the previous week. So
got you. Yeah,
you know what I mean, like it's don't trip on it. You know what I mean, like it's 4 weeks of football left. Let's see how this team finishes out.
Yeah.
But hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. I got to run and do a bunch more shows. Sorry for the late show today, but you did get a show. And bear down. I feel good. I feel good. Everybody feel good? I feel okay. I'm all right. We're going to breathe. It's going to be okay. Don't argue with stupid people this week. Just think of them all as Emmanuel Acho.
Oh,
teeth and takes.
Jesus. Be somebody else. Jesus.
Yeah, I'll stay safe out there in Chicago. For Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, it's your boy Pat the Designer. Back at it again. Bet down. One love. Peace.
Shady McCoy. I can't stand that guy.
You know what? I give Shady a little more grace.
Do you?
Because he was right. Hey, Shady was the first person to like go scorched earth on Justin. Shady was like, he's not a quarterback. I don't know what to tell you. Like, he's not. I've seen a lot of quarterbacks. He's not one. Kind of right.
All right.
Bro, you know I saw that yesterday. Muffs was like, Justin Fields would have been. I was like, shut the what?
Yeah, I got a podcast that I follow with one of my guys, and he said that Caleb sucks. I'm like, that's a bad thing, bro. Bad thing.
Some bad garbage thing out there, man. Stop being worried about the garbage.
Bad thing.